Holy happy birthday, Mikhail. How's it going, guys? Welcome down to the Chain Dogs podcast. It's Mikhail's birthday, everyone in the chat.
Whee!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mikhail.
Happy
New
birthday.
Year, everyone. To you.
Happy New Year. Happy everything.
Happy everything to you.
Everything.
Thank you.
What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. We had a fantastic new year, and the year started great for you all. We've got a great show today. It's just there's not really that much going on, but there's been a few little things that have gone on. So we're going to get into that. Sean, how you doing?
Good, mate. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Before we start, I've had permission to plug something pretty quick. Yeah. Virtual Towers now has a Patreon. You can now support us over on Patreon. There'll be a link somewhere. Go over to our YouTube channel, go over to our Twitter, our Facebook. We've got links everywhere. We've got so many backers as well so far. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for the support. And we hope you guys are going to come over there and check it out. So if you haven't, check out Virtual Towers. Sean, you need to do a video.
Yeah, I will.
Check it out.
I promise you.
Imagine doing a vlog in VTO.
Yeah, I could do it. I could actually do it, to be fair.
You could actually do it. Yeah. So hello to everyone in the chat. We've got quite a few people, 23 people watching, which is nice.
Hello. I'll do the usual. Hello, Ben. Hello, Tom. Hello, that ginger one.
Not Carl.
Hello, John. Hello, Cox 22. Hello, Carl. Alton back. Techno Andrew. Haunted Hollow Joe, Chris.
I was about to say it's a really ASMR.
I ain't got the energy today.
Charlie's dying, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm not very well.
No,
but
it's the New Year's hangover.
Yeah,
it's literally the hangover.
Yeah, that's all it is, really.
Yeah, we got Matt, James, we got Craig, we got Emma. Saying why am I in her office?
I was about to say, Emma said, why you were.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what was with the Madame Two Swords Parksville office you had going on Twitter?
You can basically just order this office.
I was about to say, you're just renting the space out.
No, you can order it off Wish, and it comes as like a little pop-up background. No, we all went to, again, we went to Chris Massacre twice, and they come round.
Did you do the extreme version again?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say no.
It was fun, but I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing it again. It was a good experience, but no.
How's your eyebrow healing?
It's I really don't think it's even growing. To be honest, like a little bit.
Doesn't look as bad.
No, doesn't.
Why don't you get an eyebrow pencil?
I was gonna say, is that the one where someone basically tried to chainsaw you in half, and then you ended up going?
No, they waxed. Yeah, it was the same
Oh,
experience when they waxed his eyebrow off.
And electrocuted me.
Oh,
wow!
Didn't even know that.
This story gets worse every
just
week.
Adds
just
more
keep adding things on
adds more to every week.
Yeah, I've got to admit, like I forgot most of what happened, and then I went back the week after, and I was talking to the actors in there, and they were like just reminding me of everything that happened, and I was like, I forgot that happened. Yeah, so.
Oh, so it was investigation purposes. You followed police report, basically.
Marcus saying, McCall, naked, you, me, Feb.
Yeah, mate. I can't deny.
Thanks for the announcement.
Very good of you, Mikhail. Very good.
Yeah, we are. February is going to be a very interesting month.
Where are you off?
We are going down to California as part of Buzzed Bars' first stumble of the year, straight out of Stumbles at Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Nice. Park I've never been. Park I want to go to.
Yeah, I haven't been since 2011. I went over there for 2 weeks, not to Six Flags Magic Mountain for 2 weeks, but I went to California for 2 weeks.
Say that's a long time.
Went to Six Flags Magic Mountain, came back. I've wanted to go back ever since, and now like the 12-year wait is over. So get to go back there, go get back on Tatsu, Viper, get to ride Twisted Colossus, get more rides on X2, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, just put someone around you.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got some
can't
things
wait to
planned
see
for
your
that weekend.
photos of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna pop off. Definitely.
Like, amazing.
Cameron's gonna have a field day over there for sure.
Me and Danielle have always talked about going there, so it'd be cool to see your perspective of it.
Yeah. It's weird because like obviously it's been so long since I've been there, and we're going to Knott's Berry Farm as well. So like that's going to be awesome to get back there. Haven't been since they did the GCI retrack of Ghost Rider.
Nice.
So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be definitely interesting for me to ride, just because I thought the CCI original version of Ghost Rider was awesome. So and apparently the GCI version is much better. So
cool.
So yeah,
sounds good.
Should we jump on the first topic for the evening? We've got about Park Asterix and two tatters. we have a date. There is a date being thrown around.
Potential date.
Yeah. 8th of April is a potential date for the opening of it.
Right. It's because a lot of people have been emailed and emailed a thing saying a new adventure awaits with the 8th of April attached to it. So 8th of April could mean two things. It could be like it's the new start of the season, new adventures. Or it could mean like there's a new adventure here, like come and check it out. So
isn't it?
Or it could just mean the ride's opening with the park.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Or it could mean the area that it's in is open, because haven't they got like other rides there as well?
Yeah. There's a Zampel and Nebulas in there as well. But
why would you open it? Why'd you stagger at the opening?
No, I know, but it's just with it being a coaster and flats, it's a little bit different in it. You probably could get away with showing off the new area sort of thing.
And like we've seen,
I'd like it to be open. It'd be nice.
Like updates of the land, just construction and theming the land as the park's been closed. Like they're moving really quick with it. So
yeah,
like I can see the whole area just opening. Like I can see it being a park wide opening announcement with the land just opening with the park. So
yeah, it depends whether the park wants to do it, because it depends if the park wants to make a bigger deal about it. Because when you open like a new land with the park opening, sometimes it's the new area is taken. You're not making as big a deal about it because you're just opening the entire park rather than like this is a separate date, especially for this area to open. So it's it's all guessing game at the minute, but it's
is it a different
and also again it's like it's people on their emailing list that have the lights on the trenches.
I love the way Mikhail just like slowed down his talking when that picture came in.
This looks
shiny lights.
So nice. Like obviously you got to think as well. Like you can see there's some planting going on as well around, and it's going to be stunning when this is all done.
It's going to be gorgeous.
It's going to be so nice,
based on the trains that we've seen as well.
Based on the rest of the damn park, to be honest with you, the rest of the park is stunning as well.
I'm going. If it whenever it opens, me and Joe, as long as we're not working, I want to try and be there for the opening day. That's what me and Joe said this year.
Yeah,
I want to be there for the opening day. We probably won't get.
8th of April is going to be a push for me if it is the 8th, because I'm just coming back from Paris, so it's like
you won't next door.
Just stay there. Just stay there until the 8th.
No, we don't go that close. But, like it's the money issue after it. It's very close to each other, and then we've got parks opening in the UK as well.
What I was going to say is that like it's not like they posted it to the public. I mean, like they did to the public, but like it's not like they posted it on like all the social media platforms or anything. It was people on their emailing list.
And
so like they're gonna give them the word first, and the official announcement on media platforms and stuff will probably be a bit clearer for that. They're probably it might be more of a tease for people who are on their mailing list.
I mean, looking at the website, I just checked. 8th of April is their first open day. for the season.
Yeah.
So it literally could just be a.
Yeah, I think
this is when we're opening this year, by the way.
That's what I mean. Like, I think most people who were posting that did know that the park was open on the 8th. I think what they were wondering was, does a new adventure await? Does that allude to a new ride, a new area, or just a new season? So that's what they're just saying. Like with the wording, it was confusing.
There's been a bit of a miscommunication somewhere.
But that might be on purpose. That might be on purpose. It
might be. Yeah. Well, we're talking about it on a UK theme park podcast, and it was from an email list. So that shows you how powerful it can be. So it's cool, but the ride itself looks amazing. I can't wait. The whole
it's
park,
gonna be a lot of fun, that ride.
The whole park's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to go there. I really can't.
Yeah, I'm just glad I've like kind of waited so long to go there, because when I do go there, like there's going to be so much new stuff.
Yeah, you've got so much to check out. A lot of people talk really highly of Osiris at Park Asterix as well. Like,
I'm gonna just quickly play this big video just to
why not?
I can't. I'll see if we can still.
So cool.
Catchy ass tune.
Yeah.
Is that a golden pig slide, Cred? That is a golden pig
I believe so.
You notice in that video the trench lights were green in that video as well, but they were blue. They were testing out blue in that
RGB
in that
rave mode
shot. Yeah.
As someone who's worked from concepts from
disco,
things change, bro. Things change very, very quickly.
No, I'm talking about if those lights change like according to a launch sequence or something like that, or just straight up rave mode, like James.
Yeah. Straight up rave mode. 2 titties, like it. Yeah. Brilliant.
Disco.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I do like the soundtrack though. Is that the soundtrack for the ride or the area, or is that like a Park Asterix?
I don't know.
That's the thing quite a lot of the time
Let
as
us
well.
know. Yeah.
Parks will get a specific trailer track made, and then you never hear it again.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that sounds like
just be for that. But it does sound like it could be a
it's
area
too catchy to not be like a main theme for either an area.
I think an area.
Yeah, it's going to CD soon. A CD somewhere in a shop soon.
On the topic of rides opening soon as well, I've just seen from European Coaster Club on Twitter.
Yes,
Liseberg is doing an exclusive for European Coaster Club members for their new Vekoma family boomerang Luna.
Yep.
For I think it's just like for ECC members to be some of the first riders on Luna.
Wow.
And be some of the first to experience the hotel as well.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I think the dates are 17th to the 19th of April. So if you're a European Coaster Club member, look out for details and invites on that.
Well,
next week.
But you could always just join as well.
or just if you're not a member, go ahead and become a member.
Ads has just said
we may have got the entire
park to themselves.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. There's just so many events going on.
Yeah.
All within like a few weeks of each other.
Yeah, right. Someone said in the chat, imagine if Gotham City Escape at Park Madrid opened at the same time as well.
Right, European road trip. There you go.
Yeah.
Imagine if that and Two Tires open on the same day. Just like, which one do you go to?
Which one do I go for? I feel like Park Asterix is slightly easier to get to if you don't rent a car. Because there's a shuttle bus.
Probably.
I feel like Park Warner Madrid is actually like quite a bit out of Madrid, and it's the opposite side of Madrid
it's on the
from the
outskirts
airport.
of the city.
Yeah,
Like you have to go a bit out.
It's on the opposite side, so you literally have to go across the entire city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Me and Joe are joining it tomorrow.
Nice.
It's a new trip planned by Joe, Sean.
I was about to say that's news to you, innit? I was just like,
Joe just tells me.
Become an ECC member.
Leesburg is somewhere I need to fucking get to, like badly.
I really want to go to Leesburg.
Oh yeah, it's got to be done this year. It's my number one this year.
Almost went there.
Moving on.
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Nemesis track that's been going around. So black track on Nemesis. It looks like it's going to be a thing. It looks great. I think.
Why is that, Luke? Why do we think there's going to be black track? Have you seen pictures?
It's been seen. There's loads of pictures about. There's lots of pictures about. There's videos about it on every single YouTube channel at Supreme Park thingy.
Yeah, you can't escape it. Basically,
you really can't. It's everywhere. But Mikhail said something cool on Twitter. I'll let him tell you what he thinks it's going to be like, and I hope that it's going to be like that.
It's not that. Well, it's more so what I want it to be like.
Yeah, I know.
Really,
it's what we're all thinking, really. But it's the really good the way you put it.
Because just like I didn't. It's not even like I saw like any. But like I said what I said before I even looked at the comments. Like looked at any comments in reply to the Towers Times tweet or anything. I literally just said, before you lose your shit, imagine things like rust effects, scorch marks, like blood spatter marks and stuff like that, like little like painted on effects like that on that black track and on the supports as well. And just think about how awesome that's going to look. It's going to look like you think about like Nemesis's like environment as well. There are certain theming elements in there, like the station, looks like the alien itself. There's the turned over bus by the final corkscrew, and there's like the little entrance sort of archway satellite kind of thing as well. But apart from that, it's just rockwork, landscaping, and trenches and hillsides. Black track, like worn and torn black track is gonna look so good in that environment. It's gonna look just as menacing as it used to. Whether or not it will like obviously I don't know how it's gonna look like with lighting on it at nighttime and stuff like during Scarefest and shit. But just the whole the black track is gonna complement that whole area like so well, I think. So I'm just like I don't think there's reason to really like fly out the window on this, at the very least, until we see what the effects are.
We can't really judge it until we see what Towers do with it, because obviously they're going to do something special.
The pictures that we've seen from like researching of the track that they originally got, it looked shit.
Yes,
it was. It
like
basically was just the base primer coat in grey.
Yeah, it was. The rails were really grey as well.
And the staff literally took cans of spray paint to it and gave it FX.
Yeah, I think people just got. I think people just got so used to it. I think people just got used to it, and people don't like change in a way.
No, they don't like change.
But I think once whatever they do to it is there.
I agree with
People
what
get used
Matt
to it,
said in the chat. I want it to look like a new coaster.
Yeah, and I think that's probably
spending all this money and refurbing it. Why make it look like it's not had anything done to it?
I can't remember who said it. Someone on Twitter said it, but I've heard this said a lot as well. It's the fact that some people are put off by Nemesis, like that, who aren't enthusiasts, for example, because they think it looks rusty.
I have
heard that.
Do you know what I mean? Like people actually
people
think it's
say
rusty. I'm a big fan of that, the old track anyway. But like, I'm not opposed to change. Like for me, like Nemesis has never been like the way the track looks, the way the station. It's been everything together. Like it's been the whole area. Like that's the good thing. Like it's great that you've got things like Wicker Man and Smiler, but like that they always focus on like one point. Whereas I don't know. I think the special thing about Nemesis is that
whole pit.
It's that whole pit. It's that whole area.
Yeah.
Because you have to go down to it. You have to go. I mean,
which is funny because you do have the station themed to the alien in the middle of the pit.
Yeah.
And even
it is a big focal. It is a focal point. Yeah.
Definitely. But at the same time, it's not what your eye is immediately drawn to first and foremost before anything.
No.
Like you're drawn to the entire area.
Yeah, and your eyes drawn to that corkscrew as well. The first version that just pops out, and if that's black,
well, it's the way the train just pops out from the trees.
Yeah, well, that's it, right? Yeah. It's gonna look so cool at night. It's just gonna be like shadow, flying through. That's gonna look cool.
A lot of people in the chat are talking about, which is like a big talking point as well, is like lights on the trains. What do we how do we think it's gonna get lights?
I'd love them to.
I would love them to. I personally don't think they will, to be honest with you. After thinking about it for a while,
the park isn't open enough at night to warrant.
Yeah.
It looks
cool.
But
if they're bright enough, they can look good.
I don't know if you're saying this on the podcast or just off the podcast. I can't remember, but I was saying how like Velocicoaster, even Velocicoaster's lights are not. They're not reliable. Like when I was there, I know multiple people.
We did say that.
There's only one. There's one train that had them on the entire time. I'm like, a big thing of Velocicoaster is them lights. Is them like blue lights.
That's weird. That I remember saying that was weird to me that it was that inconsistent for you, because I went back after you had gone for the first time, didn't I? And I do remember seeing like. It was pretty much the same as the first time I went. Like one train, I would see like maybe 2 or 3 trains with lights on, and then one train come around without any lights on.
Yeah, but then Claire went and she made a comment about it, about saying how like where are all the lights?
Yeah.
So I'm like, if Universal have an issue with it, like
how I know I'm not trying to say that's bullshit, but how reliable is Monster's lights? Obviously, with it being a B&M, might be a completely different system.
I know the Swan's lights were horrifically unreliable.
The Swan. No, the Swan's effects are unreliable as well, which don't work anymore. Which is
you also got, to be honest, like with lighting packages on trains, you have to think about loading times in the stations as well, because like the lights charge in the stations. Usually, like the
contact pads.
The methods of the methods of charging those lights for them to light up during the ride are in the station.
That is probably Velocicoaster's issue, because
it's in the station for 15 seconds. Exactly. There's a fucking countdown in the station. Nemesis probably could get like quad the amount of time Velocicoaster has in the station. Like just does. It sits there longer because the blocks don't clear quick enough for it to.
Plus, it's only running. It's only running 2 trains as opposed to Velocicoaster's 4. So
and it's a quick ride as well.
Quick layout circuit, definitely. I think it'd be cool. I'd like to see. Someone knows about Monster, how reliable them lights are, like because we don't know. Let us know in the
that's what I'm saying. Like you can kind of surmise that like what Monster runs. I think it only runs 2 trains. It must. It doesn't have a mid course. So like it must only run 2 trains. I don't know how fast their operating team is, but I can only think that just through that in itself, it's just more time in the load and unload and like dispatch intervals are longer than if we're even comparing them to Velocicoaster stuff. Like they're longer than Velocicoaster, so there's more time for the lights to.
I think they're comparing to Velocicoaster because that's a really, like Sean was saying, it's a big part of the theming of that ride off that train. That is a massive statement from that ride.
But the thing is like.
People kick off and Icon's lights don't come on.
I was literally just about to say Icon. Like you think about Icon, you think about Icon's lights, you think about Helix's lights at Liseberg. Velocicoaster has literally one of the best operating crews I've ever seen on any roller coaster. So I don't know how many other coasters I can say that about. How about Blue Fire's lights at Europa Park when that happens to open at night? You know, everyone talks about how Europa Park's operations are among the best in the world.
Yeah.
So like, how often do Blue Fire's lights stay on?
Haven't been there at night, so I don't even know.
Blue Fire has any lights on its trains, I actually don't know about.
I don't even know.
But,
it's called Blue Fire. I'd hope it would.
Yeah, I know it. I know they do spotlight. I know they do spotlighting on the track, but I don't know if the train has any LEDs.
No, I think it does.
Yeah, you get my point.
Yeah, we get the point. Yeah.
It looks like it does.
It would be cool. It would be so cool. Imagine walking in on a misty evening, just the Scarefest is kicking off, and you just see black track Nemesis with lights on flying around, like roaring around. It's so cool. It would be so cool.
Everyone really want them to open the extended queue by the loop.
Yeah,
as well. The views you can get there.
They might need to with the amount of people that are going to turn up.
Yeah, to be fair.
Saying that queue hasn't been used for God knows how years.
We just need to extend the fences.
And I don't think the fences are actually tall enough for them to open it.
You could just put black fences around it to go to the new black track.
I think the fences would be an easy fix. What I would be more concerned about is if the it might be a weird thing to consider, but they would have to consider it. Is the ground even walkable?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're putting cranes on it right now around it as well. So how much is that affecting it and stuff?
Exactly.
So
is it even safe for people to stand there anymore?
Probably. Right. Don't know. I like them to open.
I'd said,
I was about to say
the queue got butchered when Fast Track got put in. The bit around the loop and also what is now Galactica Extended was cut off as it was after the merger point.
There we go. Yeah,
makes sense. Fast Track. Get rid of it. Go for the
So also people were talking about how Nemesis old track has been spotted in at
they weren't talking, they were kicking off. That steel is going to a scrapyard.
Oh my god, steel in a scrapyard. Still that's worth like $3,000 per ton. It's going to a scrapyard, probably funding half of the project.
I mean, you've got to give props to the people though that have looked at all this shit and are looking it down. Like people are going deep into this Nemesis.
I get it. It's a sad sight. Like I do get people being like, "Oh my god, it's sad to see it," but that doesn't mean like towers aren't going to be selling off any stuff. It's just that they can't employ someone to cut
Did you expect them to keep all of it and sell it all off?
Yeah,
towers trading just full of Nemi track on black.
I think it's like $2,000 to $3,000 per ton of steel you can get for scrap. I think I read somewhere that 3 foot of B&M track is equal to 1 ton basically. So you're talking like over £2 million probably just for the scrap. It just wouldn't people are not going to be paying that much. Like there'll be a few people who'd pay that much money, but it obviously makes more sense to scrap it.
Yeah.
So don't blame towers for wanting to cash in.
I feel sorry for them drivers, man. It's like, you can go pick up this piece of steel. It's just in someone's car park where it's just in Staffordshire somewhere. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, get there. There's 75 paparazzi photographers there with all smiley hoodies on and Wicker Man jackets and just taking photos of them. It's like, what is going on here? I'm just trying to pick.
I'm surprised that in me at the minute. I need to go there.
It's mad.
Yeah, go get yours.
It's crazy that it's in between 2 roads as well. It's it's such a weird looking scrapyard. It's just in the middle of nowhere in between 2 roads. It's crazy.
I mean, if you really want a bit of it, go down to the scrapyard, see whether you can buy a bit of it.
Yeah, I think people have already.
It wouldn't surprise me if
people have already asked that and not got
steel, formerly known as Nemesis.
I won't be surprised if someone I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, but did you see that the photo of Maverick's Heartline role just in some companies like
my god,
like backfield or something
what was
like
it
that.
called? Like
and a bunch of
someone marked it on Google as Fuzi
someone marked
Mecca.
it on Google, and they've had that company's had just like enthusiasts just going up to
man, they should charge like
can we come take pictures with it? I'm like.
They should be like you know like in America, in America.
Of course they did. Like of course they did.
You know in some countries where like someone finds like Jesus's face like burnt into a wall or on like some toast, and then they charge people to come and see it. They should just done that with it. Like,
the amazing rock.
Yeah.
It's the way Mikhail said it. I was going to take a picture. It was like, can we have my ball back, please?
That's probably what they did. Like,
we have a picture, please.
People got no chill, man.
Nah.
Yeah, but it was pretty cool though. Like just randomly to pop up somewhere.
Cool.
I was like,
the thing is though, how did someone find that? Someone must have known.
Someone said it was like someone's brother or brother's mate was just like, oh, that's in it. And he apparently
actually worked for once. Someone's brother's uncle's auntie.
No. They told like just saying it to someone was like told me that they had it in their work yard.
Yeah,
and obviously someone, I think they said that like
they posted it on
why
Reddit.
Would it be there? yeah. But then
they on Reddit.
It's actually there
in the R roller coasters. I think either R roller coasters or R roller coaster jerks subreddit, and just obviously it exploded and was and everyone was
It's so funny.
Right. Oh, quickly though,
silly
on some of the footage that's coming out from Nemesis, Subterra's queue line is looking rather new and polished.
It is, yes.
Oh, is it?
I don't
know anything about that.
Relaying.
They've been relaying the queue line.
So
that's interesting. So there's lots going on at Towers, which is really exciting. And on to our next topic is Duel.
Yeah.
It's
been said, hasn't it, in an article, is it Mark Fisher?
Mark Fisher, who has just retired from being a chief development officer.
Ooh.
Yeah, he had an interview, and he just
said...
How long
was he there for? 10 years or something, did it say?
Yeah, Mark was.
Long time.
I mean, he was rumoured to be taking over as one of the candidates to take over Nick.
Wow.
But yeah, so he's retired now, and he talked about Duel and basically saying how it's going to be more like the original Haunted House. More like he didn't say the same.
Yeah.
Some people are like, we're getting it back. I'm like, no, from what I got from it, he's saying it's going to be more similar in terms of it's a story-led ride without the guns, without the blasters, and just like using like traditional effects. So sounds like, you know, where he says mirrors, obviously like Pepper's Ghost and things Victorian style effects, not just relying on like the biggest tech, I'm guessing. So
screens.
I think it was like will be a mix of traditional and
mix. Definitely a mix. Yeah. But it's good to hear that, because obviously a lot of people we're jumping to conclusions a while ago saying, oh, it's going to be just massive screens everywhere. It's going to be this. It's seeing things at IAPA and going, oh, this is obviously going to mean that Duel is going to be just a projection screen.
Yeah.
I saw an article somewhere over New Year's saying that this is the I don't know where it was. I think it was someone put it in our WhatsApp group, and it was like, this is the Alton Towers Duel 2.0 or something. And it was basically just like what's coming to, I can't remember the name of it now, but what's coming to Efteling, Dance Macabre. Basically showing like a version of that.
That ride system.
That's what this article said, and I was like, no, where the hell did that come from?
It's the pre-show to it.
Yeah,
people say anything these days.
It was just really weird.
I wonder if there will be a pre-show for Duel. That'd be pretty.
I mean, it used to have a story. Duel, when it first opened, had like screens, didn't it, with the zombie videos?
Yeah,
like a kind of a pre-show.
Yeah, just something going on to distract you from the queue by being in a queue line. Basically,
I think if there's if there's a story, that's going to be the interesting thing. Like, how are they going to convey that story? Is it going to be purely on ride? Is it going to be through like narration? Is it going to be? Is it just going to be screens in the
board
queue?
audio, maybe on the trains? That'd be sick. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I never even thought about like. I mean, I'm guessing this is going to be the same ride.
They sent off the trains and they have had them back with, and I've seen pictures of it doesn't have the guns. And I believe they've
speakers.
They've re-added the seat that they lost on the back row.
Oh, from pressing
where the 2 guns were put in the center. So I believe it's 6 seats again.
So it's 3 and 3 now then.
Nice. 3 and 2, like it.
Nice.
Ended up going to.
That's cool. I mean, like after doing like Haunted Mansion, the narration on that's pretty cool when it kicks in. So that that going through Duel would be really nice.
I think it fits it with Haunted Mansion because it's so kind of it's
huge.
It's like it's huge, but it's like it's spooky, but it's like whimsical. You know what I mean? It's very Disney-esque.
Yeah.
So it depends what's like how dark they're going with the story, basically.
Yeah. Well, I suppose
if it's really dark, then I don't think they'll go for narration. If it's going to be more like a bit more whimsical, but I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be a difficult one.
I'm just looking forward to it. I'm excited for it.
I can't wait.
So many people excited for it, and
I am pretty interested to see how that's how all of that is going to look.
I never thought I would be like excited for Duel reopening, like something different. It's such a crazy time to be enthusiastic.
Like just how the concept art displayed everything. The concept art from what's the company again?
Conductor, is it?
Yeah. Just how their concept art like displayed like just the imagery and just like how high quality that was.
Yeah, it was very
how
high
quality. How that can be indicative.
Were you not on that show, Sean?
I missed that. Show. What was that about?
There's the Conductor thing on LinkedIn that they posted.
We've talked about it before. In the UK. Whether it was on the show. Whether it was on recording or off recording, I can't remember.
Remind me, what was it about?
It was
let me see if I can remember.
What was
it? A show reel that they'd done.
Yeah, it was a show reel that they'd done.
Yeah.
Like AI tech or something, wasn't it?
I think it was it on their website?
Intelligence.
What for Duel or just the concept of it?
For Duel, yeah.
Yeah, for Duel.
Oh,
I'm trying to see.
The stuff that they showed, it was like it definitely was like Duel building.
Yeah.
Like interior and stuff.
I just thought it looked really high quality compared to what I
presumed.
What I think of Duel to be in my head and the experience that I've had on Duel.
You've got to remember though, like when it first came out, it was so high quality.
Of course, yeah. I'm like because of like the the high quality work in that concept art that Conductor put together. Like I'm interested to see to what degree it's going to carry on over to the actual ride experience once it's open and stuff, and what kind of visual experience it's going to be. So yeah.
What I like about it is we don't have any idea what it's going to be like.
Yeah,
which is so fun
exactly.
For once,
for once.
I think that's part of why I'm so interested as well, because I have obviously I have no idea. Like,
and to say they're going back to a story-driven attraction, it's very, very good for me. It means that there's years to come of lore, towers, stories, and theme, the theme in the area as well. What they're going to do with the Nitrogeni building that's still there, like, there's lots of questions. Yeah, there's loads of things that could go on in that area. It's quite a big place. If you take that little building out, the old Nitrogeni building, I can't remember what it's called now. It's called something weird, like Halloween related thing, but if you remove them black fences, that's quite a nice open witch's hat. It's really weird. Well, that area there is quite big, and obviously you've got the pinch points of going to Gloomy Wood and then going up towards Katanga Canyon. If you can extend that for people to be there, it'd be a nicer place to be with different things going on. It'd be cool.
Well, I think they'd have to put something in there because it's a massive area. That's a massive space without that building. So I don't know. They'd have to maybe photo points or something like that, or I don't know. It would be cool. I don't know. It was pretty cool when Nitrogeni was there. I kind of liked it. I
miss Nitrogeni. Like
just a little refreshment stand there. Was a good stop off.
Yeah, when they closed the one at the top, near Forbidden. When they closed that one,
even if they just open it as just another food kiosk, because like it's quite away from everything else, really, isn't it? Because you've got
you're
pizza
in the
and pasta, which not everyone wants to just like queue up for on a busy day, and then after that you've got like Forbidden Valley and all that food stuff up there, but you've got nothing around that area.
No,
to like So I mean, could need to do something with that building anyway.
Definitely, it's interesting to see. Like thinking about the ride, you've got to think about the area, the queue line as well. What they're going to do in the queue line? They're going to do something exciting in the quew line. Like it's a big area, it's big space.
I want them to keep the even if it's not got a queue. I want to be able to walk through the graveyard every time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it adds something to it.
Yeah, of course it does.
I think
it takes you out of. Because obviously you come from a really happy place like Katanga Canyon. Forbidden Valley is dead ominous, and then you've got Gloomy Wood in the middle.
Yeah.
And then to walk away from it all into a graveyard before coming back to the dual facade would be so cool. Be a nice experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I just can't wait to go through them doors again. Because honestly, I mean, even when half a dual wasn't working, and I was
they better not take the knocker off. To take the knocker off, I was pissed.
But even when it wasn't like in its best state, like I always went on it when I was on a day out at Towers, because I just like it. I just
when
like
I went
going
on it
through that
last year. It was like, oh, it is really,
it's
really sorry. Like
I think they took half the stuff out by then.
Stuff
James,
was
when
breaking, and I think they had already started ripping stuff.
They'd already started
as it
ripping
was
stuff
still
out.
running. It was just like, there's a lot of stuff not.
There was little things missing, like the Grim Reaper's lights weren't working, and like that, and that's like a big animatronic in there. That just didn't light up, but it was weird. But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think in the comments? Let us know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun year. Like we've got so much going on. I've already got so much going on, which is crazy. But yeah,
it's going to be a year for sure.
Definitely,
it's going to be a year. So Area Force One, anyone?
Oh, go on,
yeah.
James.
So, go on, James.
Yeah, go on, James. Go on. James.
So, Air Force One has been testing recently. There has been a POV released. I also did find one came up on my Reddit of a back row POV.
Yeah,
nighttime.
At nighttime, I'm assuming it was filmed by one of the construction crew because like how else would they get on it? But yeah, the pacing and speed of it actually does look really good, really fun.
Yeah.
And the quadruple down or up or whatever it is at the end.
Yeah. Slinky dog on steroids at the end.
It looks a lot. It looks a lot of fun, honestly.
You'll see what I mean by Slinky.
You get some airtime at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the shit POV that the park filmed.
Yeah, this is terrible.
It's so bad.
I'm still not like.
Why is it pointing down so much?
Because they used the 360 cam. Horizon locked it.
That gives you more opportunity to fix it.
Yeah, that does actually. No. Oh shit, it's too far down. I'll just lift it up a little bit.
Is there a better one then? Is there
the ones on Reddit? I think I can
probably struggle finding them.
Yeah,
there's the nighttime.
There's the nighttime front.
Yeah, the nighttime ones. They're the shot.
How does that look better though?
Sorry, because it's on a. No.
Someone's holding it.
Have you seen the one that the park filmed?
Yeah, well, this is it. This is the one I was putting on.
Yeah, the park filmed one.
I've got Fun Spot America. I don't know what there.
No,
yeah,
have you not watched this before yet? Like, it's not good.
But
still not overly keen on.
It's the only one we got though right now.
The track's the logo though. It's Fun Spot America.
Like just hyper smooth to shit. The camera's pointing down. It's already too close to the track, but it's just pointing down to the track just for so much of it.
It's
like
the only one we got right now.
I want you to Planet Coaster.
And then this.
And the weird effects they overlay.
The weird hyperspace effect.
Aquafresh
just
the
random.
Ride, yes. It is
Aquafresh the Ride.
Oh my god! I'm never gonna.
Oh no! I'm never gonna unsee.
Oh, you paused it just at the fun point.
Pause it. It's the Slinky Dog bit.
It's the fun point. Here we go.
Aquafresh the ride is fucking crazy.
Yeah, we got 1,
2,
2.
Yeah,
that is slinky.
yeah.
That is Slinky Dog, right?
5. 6 pops of air.
Aaron's saying it's for the zooms.
I can't. Oh my god, Aquafresh! Oh my god,
Aquafresh the ride. We get a Sensodyne, please. With sensitive teeth.
I can't call it anything else now. Like that's what it's called.
That is it, Aquafresh. Oh my god, that is amazing. That is class.
Minty fresh ride.
Round of applause for who said that in the chat?
The mascot's just a tube of toothpaste.
Oh, nice. Round of applause, Screwloose.
Aquafresh the ride.
Colgate coaster. that's even
petition
better.
To rename it
Colgate coaster,
or as Foodies, we just refer to it as that.
What do we do on this podcast? Really
incredible.
I can't believe
that is incredible. I can't believe I didn't put 2 and 2 together there.
Every time I think of it, it just makes me laugh. Like,
that is good.
Lawsuit incoming.
So, yeah. It looks good. I will say like
looks like an RMC.
It looks like an RMC, but like everyone from what I've seen people talking about it, everyone, like a lot of people going nuts over that quad down finish, which I don't really think looks that great compared to what RMC could have done there. Honestly, to be honest, the part I'm most excited for is the middle bit where it comes off of the outer banked turn and then does a double up hill and then into a really low fast roll. I think that's going to be the best part of the ride, personally, because like just that element progression and the way it's going to pace through that, like that's going to be perfect for me. Anyway,
that stall looks nuts as well.
The stall looks good. The dive loop looks good. Like it all looks good, but that middle portion, just the element progression through that middle portion and the way it should pace through that, like, you know, when it's warmed up, hot sunny day, full train, like all of that, like. Yeah, that middle portion is gonna be sick.
That looks really good.
That's gonna be
awesome. In the UK, I wouldn't be complaining. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean that would be the type of coaster we would have in the UK, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's that is what we would have, something similar to this. I feel like.
Yeah.
It looks cool. Anyway, so we have that's all the news we have. So we have one thing McCall come up with about our New Year wishes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Explain it.
Start of the year wishes.
New year, new wishes.
So, I just I think I kind of got it from one of the questions that somebody asked on a recent Drunk Riders episode. Like, not necessarily like what I'm about to say word for word, but it was something similar to this. And I just started to think about just basically, start of the year theme park wishes. Like, just like you go through like different parks and things, but like pick one thing that you would wish a park would do for themselves, like just moving forward in general, not necessarily just for this year, but, you know, just moving forward. Could be anything, not just a new coaster or a new ride or a new dark ride up or whatever, or like literally anything that you would like to see a park do for themselves to like substantially, you know, I guess improve the park, or what you would like to see.
All right, well, let's go.
I need a minute. I need a minute.
I've got one in general for Merlin parks.
Go on.
Get rid of the system that penalizes you for using an annual pass that you pay for. If you pre-book and then you can't make it and you're unable to cancel it because their websites are bad.
Yeah, that's true.
They then
difficult.
Penalize you and you can end up having your pass blocked. Because
I don't remember. Did they?
They put that out. That was a term.
Yeah. No, I know that.
But then half the time they don't even check the pre-book. It's like,
no, they don't.
I haven't had a pre-book checked for at all.
But didn't they update the Merlin Annual Pass app? Like
They might have done now,
at
but
the end
when
of the year,
did that terms, it's like they had no way of cancelling.
This is the thing, like it's kind of a double-edged sword because you'll see this now. Every park in the world will not get rid of pre-books because it allows them to do this fluid pricing. I think that's I can't remember what it is. There's a term for it, but it means that they know exactly who's going to be there, how busy the park's going to be, so they can make it more expensive on the busier days to make people go on the less busier days to grow like customer satisfaction. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a different. I don't think any park who have introduced it and kept it will get rid of it now. They'll accept. Yeah, they'll accept it. They'll accept people turning up on the day. But I mean, right, it's like going to be like 60 quid at Alton Towers now to pay on the gate.
Something like that, yeah.
And people pay it, man.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Like I've heard people who work at these parks go, people turn up like with 2 hours left and we'll pay like £60 to go in for 2 hours. And people just do it. Like, so it's just that's mad. But yeah, I think pre-books are going to be here to stay. But yeah, maybe making it easier. But I need to check out that app because I know that they relaunched something. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I do get what you mean. Penalising it is harsh. It's harsh.
Yeah.
I think I've got one that I would like to see UK parks improve on, and that's the opening times. I know there's reasons for it, but it would be nice to be able to go to towers till 8 o'clock at night and stuff like that. It'd be fun. Same with Pleasure Beach as well throughout the year. I mean, they have the late night ridings, but if they could do it more, I think it's just one of them things. Experience in America, you can go and ride a coaster at 7:30 at night if you want, and it's a really nice feeling to have that. And to have that in the UK would be so much fun, especially with all the new attractions we're getting as well. So maybe not this year, next year, when all these new attractions, we're not going to have fucking time to get around them all. So it's going to be, it's going to be difficult. It's going to actually get to a point at parks where they're going to go, we've got too many attractions for how long we're open. We're open till 4 p.m. It's not good enough.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Alton Towers already has that problem.
I would rather. I would because there is the argument to say that like. Yeah, if you go around parks and at a certain time, like 3, 4, the park's empty out.
Yeah,
but I've always thought, well, why not just open later? There's a lot of parks that do that across the world. They open up a lot later.
Yeah.
So then it's you're not getting there at like 9 a.m.
Yeah,
trying to get into the park for 10 a.m. Like, so if there's like certain days that are like late days, but you just open the park at like 12, or 1. Like I'd love that. I'd love that.
That would be really cool.
Gronaland are really good for that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's
Gronaland are good for that. Linnanmäki in Finland, where Tiger is good for that. They open at 1 a.m. 1 p.m. Sorry. Could you imagine? Yeah, Linnanmäki on a lot of days open at 1 p.m. and will close at like 9.
I'd love it. That to me, like that would especially Pleasure Beach, that would suit them so well.
Absolutely,
because you go in at 10 a.m. Who's getting in for 10 a.m. except for like the proper, enthusiasts who want to get on everything.
Yeah,
most people are going to have breakfast and then taking a stroll down to the park. Most people are getting there for like midday.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed when
so late.
Thorpe had that summer nights event.
Oh, that was amazing.
Years back.
Yeah,
amazing.
Over the summer, select dates, they were open till like 9, 10 p.m.
So good. And you could just ride what you wanted to ride. And,
it was it was beautiful. Much more relaxed atmosphere.
It was so chill, wasn't it? Like, you'd finish off Saw and you'd be like, right, okay, let's just walk over to Swarm Island. No one will be there. Just jump on it. Done. Right.
Yeah,
okay,
I'd much rather Thorpe, like open a bit later.
Yeah.
Just any park.
Especially with them opening Exodus as well. That would be a really big. That would be a crowd bringer, I think. So it's going to be good. That'd be sick at night if they have a light package on that. Woo! Yes, please. I was going
to. Thorpe has the right vibe for just staying open later as well.
Yeah.
It
is.
Like that is a park you would if given the opportunity, you would rather spend the evening at than early mornings and during the day and stuff.
Yes.
And as Parks and Points would say, open your bars as well.
Bars.
It's true. It's very true.
That it could have such a great atmosphere, like the park could, if they just, like you say, like opened it a bit later, had enough places to like for refreshments and stuff open.
Well, yeah, that's like, yeah, we have like Fright Nights and everything where they're open later, but because they're like really specifically heavily event days,
it doesn't feel,
doing stuff. It's a completely different vibe to what they had. It was literally like they just had music playing, just wander around, the sun setting. It was just a really chill evening.
Yeah.
Which, rather than trying to pack everything into between what, like 10 and 4, 10 and 5.
Yeah. Going to a park in the afternoon into the evening. Yeah.
It's a much more nice experience.
Here's another little thing as well. Like, I know, like, Dad's just put a good comment in there, but leaving a park in rush hour, like a normal time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's
especially for
guest experience, right? You're still thinking, shit, why did I go to Thorpe at this time and leaving? Why am I leaving at this time? That's a guest experience. So extending your hours.
Thorpe's car park's bad enough to get out of, and then its location. You are going right onto the worst junction on the M25.
Legit at 5 o'clock,
where the M3 connects into it. Yeah. It's always like backlogged for miles.
Yeah.
Not even to mention additional Heathrow traffic as well.
Yeah. It is true. I mean, I think it is. Yeah, I think you have to think of a customer's experience. You have to think of a customer experience as from the moment they leave their house, getting to you, how easy is it to find you, where the sign, you know, of course you're going to think about all these things, but yeah, then it's just like, well, what the traffic's going to be like when they get out. Like, so it is an interesting thing to think of.
Yeah, Ministry of Sounds nights at Thorpe. They were something else.
I never went to one, but I remember you going at the time.
Oh, I went to one. I think we left the park at 3-4 a.m.
Nice.
Stayed in a hotel over by Heathrow, and we went back to the park the next day. And it was so bad. I didn't throw up, but I almost passed out on the train going home.
Literally the hangover for the episode.
Also, prices of drinks, they went up even further from what they usually are.
Wow.
It was like £8 for a Jaeger bomb.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that was quite a while ago as well. Holy shit, that's ridiculous.
Well, we went out for New Year's in Manchester, which isn't known. I mean, Manchester.
Whereabouts?
Bang on the Wall.
No.
Yeah. Bang on the Wall. Yep. So we went there because it's New Year's prices. £7.50 for a pint in Manchester. It flipping surprised me.
Wow.
But we noticed that people were seeing them prices, and like younger people, this makes me sound really old, but like younger people, like early 20s, were going, this is too expensive for going. So it was better because it just got rid of like it got rid of a load of people, and then we just had
the riffraff.
Got rid of the students, basically.
Students went back to their jobs.
But that was actually quite funny.
Ended up in Satan's.
I'm gonna say, so I'd say from my wish, just because I've recently been there, and I want to just say somewhere else except for the UK. Was Europa Park is one thing I said about Europa Park is I want them to collaborate with other coaster manufacturers, because you've got Woden. I understand the concept of Europa Park was meant to be like, their testing ground sort of thing.
Mac products.
Mac product.
But like they are legit like the two best coasters they have. So that's what I mean. Like it's great seeing them having so many coasters, but it was just, I feel like Mac are now getting to a point, because I read an article today saying that they've had their biggest attendance ever last year. They hit 6 million visitors. They're over 6 million. They haven't said the exact figure yet. So that's been the best attendance they've ever had.
That's insane in 1 year.
And they've invested so much that they've built like new staff accommodation everywhere.
Wow.
They're building a massive solar power farm to help combat the energy crisis and stuff. Like Europa Park are so much more than what they set out to be first. Like they are a resort now. So I feel like, yes, they do obviously design their own coasters, but like I just think they need a bit of differentiate themselves with their coasters, because when you are there, it's a beautiful park. But if I love coasters and I love theme parks, I love it equally. But I just remember thinking, God, if they just had some other like manufacturers here, like this would just make this it is one of the best theme parks in the world, but there's just other ones I prefer at the minute.
Not necessarily for thrill rides.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Because it's not like Mark offers that versatile of a catalog when it comes to thrill coasters as well. So like, you know, getting another B&M in there, or getting you know, or whatever else to make their collection more well-rounded, because they are a destination resort, and they are on the map of, you know, theme park resorts that not just enthusiasts, but like people everywhere go to. Like there's only so much you can do as it pertains to just treating it as the Mark testing ground that you know have done for all the time.
Ads saying Mac are the sales reps for GCI in Europe, so only Silver Star is truly external.
Oh, there you go then.
It's even worse then.
Yeah, it's even worse. But at the same time, it's still a different manufacturer to Mac. Like they are different coasters. They feel very different. There's different design involved in it in a way. There's going to be a different design language in everything. But yeah, like there just needs to be a little bit more different stuff in there. And that's
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm getting sick of seeing so many Facomas coming up, but you know, I mean, yeah, I'm still not sold on new gen Facomas yet. Not that I don't think they're good. I just don't get excited that much about them. Haven't done a Let Coaster yet, which I'm really gutted about. But everything I have done, I've always been like, they all feel a bit family to me.
Wait for Fly, bro.
Well, it's kind of like.
Would you say Fly before I go then? Would you say Fly is pure thrill? It's not family.
It'll take you back. It'll take you back. It'll surprise you.
I wouldn't call it pure thrill.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like,
it's one of the best. Yeah. It's one of the best coaster experiences that I've ever had.
Yeah, but
it's not like that, like elite thrill coaster.
Yeah,
you know.
I just feel like there's a lot of parks putting in a lot of thrill heavy coasters still, but also there's a lot of parks that are just putting in the safe bet. Do you know what I mean? And at the minute, I feel like Vekoma, I think we've talked about it before, but I don't think Let Coaster was ever meant to be Let Coaster. I think that surprised the designers.
Yeah,
by the sounds of how forceful it was, and it feels like every other Vekoma from this point in has been what they designed it to be, which is a good middle ground.
Yeah,
and I just don't want to see.
And I think that, like, I think just in the minds of like how we recognize New Gen Vekoma to be, like, I feel like now we realize them as that step below the RMCs, the Intermins, the Marks, and
not in a bad way, just in
a
different
like just in terms of the nature of their experiences and how we, you know, rank them and stuff.
Yeah,
like they are fun, and like even in the case of, like, with Let Coaster being my favorite. Well, no, that's a lie. Flight is my favorite, but not for thrills and stuff. Like with Let Coaster being the most intense and aggressive one of the ones that I've done. Like it is in terms of that, like, aggressive thrill coaster. That it's quite a sizable drop off from there to like Abyssus and Formula and Fly, and like
that's what I mean. I thought like I didn't think like Abyssus was bad. I didn't think it was a bad coaster. It was just not what I expected. I looked at it and went, "That's gonna like be so forceful," and then it did it, and I was like, "It just feels like It just feels completely the opposite of what you're going expecting. I'm like,
luckily I managed to temper my expectations before I got on it, but
that's mad because when I was watching Fly go around, I was like, it looks nice, looks good.
Don't get me wrong, Fly has its intense moments. It does.
Yeah.
Fly's going to be the different one because you're at a completely different angle, so naturally that's going to feel more forceful. And also, you're so close to things, so you're going to feel you're naturally going to feel like it's way more intense because you've just got that visual coming to you. But you just stick your standard Vekoma in with not that much theming like Abyssus. I was just like, can we go a bit faster here, please?
Fly rides. What I mean by it, like it is more intense than you expect.
Yeah,
in the sense that exactly that. Yeah, it rides more. It rides more intensely than it looks like it does off ride. Yeah. But at the same time, just by you can tell just by the nature of it, just like the nature of the way the forces are hitting you. They're not hitting you as aggressively as like Tyrant.
But also
for sure.
But also, even if it wasn't that intense, like it fills a hole that Phantasialand didn't have, which was like something. Black Mamba is insane. Tyrant is insane. They don't need another insane coaster. They needed something that's just below that.
That's very experiential.
Look at Europa Park. They need something more like thrill. Like they need something really in your face thrill.
Right.
Because like everything else is just not that thrill. Everything else is like a bit like family or janky as hell.
And do you know what's funny about that? Is that obviously they're getting Voltron the kind of extended Big Dipper. So they are kind of filling the hole that I was about to suggest.
Yeah,
and that someone suggested in the chat as well. Like they already have the launch coaster in Blue Fire. If they weren't going for Voltron, and we just talked about them getting more like collaborating with more manufacturers.
RMC.
The like one glaring hole, one really effective way that they could fill a hole for a multi-launch coaster would be their own extreme spinner.
Oh yeah. Well.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, let's just settle it. Just put an extreme spinner in, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, like something on the level of Ride to Happiness, like an extreme spinner on the level of Ride to Happiness.
That's kind of what
would fit in perfectly at their own.
Another thing that blew me away. Like why they gave Ride to Happiness to Plopsaland before they put it in their own damn park. Come on.
Yeah.
Like it's mental.
They did try the seats out though, didn't they, on Blue Fire? They tried.
It's not the same though.
No, it's not the same.
That's like comparing it to Enzo. Do you know what I mean?
No, absolutely not.
And they also
comparing
that was to get Time Traveler over to Silver City.
Yeah.
You're right.
What is that? Right, you've ridden that, haven't you? What's that first drop out of the station like? It looks pretty good.
It's good, yeah. It's definitely really good, especially in just the back car in general.
Yeah,
like row 8 is where I experienced it the first time, and like you just get dragged down it. Basically,
it definitely looks like
a lot of people have also said if you ride it in row 7, because the cars start spinning like before it gets down the drop. So when you ride it in row 7, sometimes the car will have spun almost 180 degrees, and then you get dragged down it backwards in row 7 as well.
Wow.
So you can get rides like that as well. I do prefer Ride to Happiness's drop off the top hat personally, but Time Traveler's drop out the station is really, really fun as well.
It looks really unique as well. That is a big drop.
Yeah. Aside from, it can't be stated enough. Aside from that, Time Traveler and Ride to Happiness do not belong in the same sentence.
No.
Time Traveler is great. Like I really have a lot of fun on it. But Ride to Happiness is another
the angry brother.
Another monster entirely. It's not even. They don't deserve comparing to each other. Like they're different natures of ride.
Yeah, right. That's good to hear. That's nice. Well, I mean, that still says to me, that time travel provides an experience that is definitely worth.
Yeah, it's a really high quality ride. It has its own story within the concept of this time machine that's been made. The presentation of it is gorgeous. Like I really like the imagery really nice. Of it. The station is really, really nice. And it's just it is a really fun experience.
People are having a little bit of a discussion about Europa versus EnergyLandia.
Let's go.
People saying like they are completely separate things. Like
I was going to say, how do you even compare those two?
I've never been, but
it depends what you're looking for, because Europa is like a full it's on it is on the level of Disney, 100%. It's like Disney mixed with Universal, because like you've got some amazing coasters there, but like the dark rides there are amazing. There's so many shows. Like it's a resort park. It's a proper full-on like theme park experience. EnergyLandia has its theming, but it's more of an amusement park with some amazing rides. But even though it's got so many rides, let's be honest, you could probably do it all in 2 days, and you're spending most of your second day trying to get all the kiddie creds in if you're interested in counting creds. Or you can just go and you can just keep doing the good coasters again and again and again if you want. But it's cheap, so it's one of them. I don't think you can really compare them two parks, because they've got both have got their pros and cons in each category. Mainly price, mainly Zadra and Hyper.
I was just about to say to answer the question directly, and this kind of goes away from like how I am as an enthusiast. Like I am a theme park enthusiast and a themed land and world building enthusiast as much as I am a roller coaster enthusiast. But EnergyLandia has one of the best 1-2 punches on planet Earth. I'm going to EnergyLandia.
There it is, folks.
Even if it was just Zadra, I mean, Zadra's my number 2 coaster. It's my number 1B coaster for a reason.
But also, I like Rulantica. Their water park is just so flipping good. Like honestly,
it looks insane.
Me and Joe are talking about it, and we was like, I'm more excited to go back to Europa for Rulantica than anything else. It's so good. They've got two massive pools that have swim at bars in, which is amazing.
I did hear about it.
But like, it's just the slides are amazing. They've got bloody rides inside the water park, like. Actually, like the jet ski things, which is really cool. Like it's just it's a massive resort.
Emma's sold.
Yeah,
of
course, we didn't need to say anything else apart like after the swim up to bar.
Just imagine top full tourists in armbands and just with like a margarita.
Carl wearing armbands is crazy.
Do it. Get it done. I want to see that. Please do that. That'd be amazing.
I think to answer your question, if you're trying to weigh up in your mind Europa or EnergyLandia, it's purely based on how much money you've got. Really, you could do a week in EnergyLandia for the price of a weekend. At Europa
Park,
but you just got to look at it. You're like, what do I want to do this year? Do you want? You've got, I don't know. It's a hard one to mark up, but do you want to prioritize creds, or do you want to have a big experience? I'd say EnergyLandia is a good group park to go to as well. It's a good sesh park.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure Europa is as well, but it's just cheaper. It's just cheaper, isn't it? So,
as Buzzed Bars found out and displayed well last summer.
I would love it, if us lot could go to Universal one day. That'd be my dream. That all us lot, like, it'd just be sick. It's so cool.
Epic Universe is coming.
Well, it is 25. Let's go.
Yeah.
And that Donkey Kong coaster. Let's go.
Yeah. So, I guess to finish it off with my I don't know if I would necessarily call this like my wish, but it is something that I have talked about with a few friends on Discord, and like they've mentioned sort of similar things that I have thought would be such a great idea. And honestly, I should have said this as like right after we were talking about like the ways to like the things to improve about Thorpe Park, because it would have been the perfect segue. But I have always been feeling with like whenever people get into the conversations about what Thorpe Park needs next, I've always just thought about they need to establish their identity.
Yeah, sure.
they need to establish. And I mean, not necessarily do they want to be a thrill park or a family park or nothing like that. Just a thematic identity is what I really want to see from Thorpe. And the things that me and like friends before have talked about is like I think a really cool way of reimagining the entrance experience and like the reveal into the park. So like, obviously you go over the bridge, you go to the dome, you go through the dome, and then you have the
a mini golf on the right. I mean possibly on the left.
But yeah, like how good would it be if like you walk through like the entrance and the turnstiles and stuff, and all of that initial area, including the hotel, which God, please redo that hotel.
I'm sorry, it's not
how good.
You mean the storage units?
Yeah. the shipping containers.
Easy stuff.
How good would all of that look as like this seaside fishing town?
Yeah.
Right. Like you could have like.
I mean, you've got a boat dock place literally next to it that is themed to
yeah. And like I don't know if you've seen like I imagine like a boardwalk, like with the sort of like fishing town like village buildings like behind you overlooking onto the boardwalk, and then like you've obviously got the lake and stuff that the park sits on. You could have the you could like that whole boardwalk extend over to the hotel.
You have a walkway that goes into the park from there as well.
Right, yeah. You could have like you talked about a boat dock, like a boat that takes you from the hotel right to the bridge that takes you over to the park and stuff. Like and have the boat dock right there. Like you could have some little shops.
I'm pretty sure they used to do a ferry boat.
Yeah. You could have some little shops in those buildings right where the the turnstiles are and everything. For when you leave the park, or just whenever. So the experience is carried on that way. More theme park merch, more sales, all of that stuff.
I mean, if the park closes early, you can keep the restaurants open later, right?
So. Right, yeah, little quick service restaurants or sit down restaurant, however you want to establish that as like just a seaside sort of like fishing town experience. You could really theme that really well, really authentically, and then the bridge that goes over to the park. Obviously is just that bridge. However you want to do the dome to fit in with that experience there, like you could fit that in really well. And then just like if we move away from all of these like cheap IPs that they keep for like however many years, and then just turn into some generic thing, like you could just have that would really establish the park as an island. Because it doesn't feel like it. Like they keep going with that phrase, the island like no other. It doesn't feel like an island when
you turn up to a car park and it's flat.
Yeah, because there are so many different different things going on in that park that don't correspond, thematically and visually, that don't correspond to each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I mean, you had Amity Cove, which went into the Speedway.
Yeah,
that worked quite well. It flowed. Yeah, it's two kind of like different eras of it, but it's still Amity.
Yeah.
And then they go and just dump Angry Birds in between the two. Like
Exactly.
What?
Yeah, like what does
Angry Birds even gonna stay? Like,
yeah, what
surely
what
that
the
IP
hell
must
does
be
one
coming
have
to
to
an
do
end
with
too.
the other? And
it'll be frustrated pigeon. That's what they'll go to when you lose the IP.
Frustrated pigeon.
Disgruntled budgery guard.
Avery of Death.
Yeah, but yeah, man, like the visual of like Nemesis Inferno, obviously themed to that volcano being in the back, like that works with
Islands have volcanoes.
Yeah, right. Like that works. That works. I know we got into the whole argument about like what we want the area around Colossus to look like and stuff, but that could be redone about like to fit in with the imagery as well. Well, or like if you want to go like in different directions with the areas and stuff, like and with an island like the whole tagline, an island like no other. Like there are a lot of different creative ways that you can take each individual area in without having to go down the the Black Mirror route or the I'm a Celebrity route or the Angry Birds route or like just like there are so many different creative things you can do with the scenario based world building of an island, and actually have them make sense with each other, as well.
You go here to get to here, you go there because of this, you're coming out of this area, entering this area because you've just left that area for that reason or that. And that's what you're saying now is kind of what I was trying to portray when we were talking. Like you could do so much.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say.
Fair enough.
You've just put it in a very better way than what I was
but much better way. But yeah, like I feel like there's so much potential for actual established cohesive identity building at Thorpe. And I feel like that entrance experience of that being reimagined into a fishing town, it serves as the perfect foundation.
It's like a gateway to it as well. Like it opens the theme up. Like that is the perfect entrance.
Yeah. Because like that, I mean, that entrance, like a lot of people say it, that entrance is dire, and it doesn't feel like you're walking over. It doesn't feel like you're entering into an island, like at all. There are little parts of the park that feel like an island, but it like
the walk over the bridge is always
it doesn't
fun.
feel like it doesn't feel
that's always fun. But the bit before it is just.
But it's kind of like as you're walking over there, you're imagining what it could look like.
Yeah, you're right. You do a lot of the time.
I was just saying, I love how the comment section has just turned into a big organisation of EnergyLandia trip.
Quite funny.
That's why we're here.
I kind of feel like that happens often.
Yeah, it happens a lot, doesn't it?
That's fair.
People just start planning trips without us.
If you're planning a trip, press like. Cheers, guys.
Watching Chain Dogs can be expensive. Obviously.
We apologize now for the rest of the year.
Wait, since they're planning it in our chat, isn't it a requirement that they then pay for us to go with?
I think so.
Yes. Yes.
At the least, I have to wear merch.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And give out business cards.
Yeah,
and pay for my flight. I'm joking.
Thanks.
Cool. I think are we done? Are we wrapped?
You're not.
We're pretty.
You can't come.
Yeah, so Kyle, we need to talk about Thorpe more in another episode. I think we need to
do a whole episode.
Sure,
let's do it.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Let's do it. But some great ideas though, and I love.
I've always said with Thorpe, they should have just become a studio park a long time ago, because there's nowhere else in the UK that has a studio park, and just IP the lot.
Yeah.
Nice.
If they're so intent on going down,
if they wanted to, they want to.
Well, they at one point they did, but they still were like, 1 foot in, 1 foot out type of thing. Yeah, it was like, just go full in. If you're gonna do it, just go full in. It works for them.
At any point, you're the first. So
yeah,
as if it's going to happen.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Good. Yeah.
It's good to be back.
It is.
Well, we got the hardest show out of the way now, which is the first one of the year. Getting back into it.
Yep.
Hopefully, I'm going to be better for next week.
Hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Sorry if I've had no energy this episode, but I'm not good. So, but thank you to everyone in the chat.
Yeah, thank you for all the birthday wishes as well. I appreciate it.
Yeah, happy birthday again.
Yeah,
happy birthday.
Well done, Mikhail.
Happy birthday to Sam as well.
Oh yeah, Sam Costello on YouTube. Happy birthday,
Sam Costello on YouTube. It's his birthday as well.
It's his birthday. Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Like I was thinking about it earlier this morning. Just like how many people I actually know with the same birthday as me. I know like 7 or 8 people whose birthday is today as well.
That's mad. Yeah,
are they all coaster enthusiasts?
Oh no.
Okay, no.
There is another one. I don't know it personally, but we've wished each other happy birthday before. Cleo does coasters. So
that's 3 enthusiasts.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's her birthday as well.
Popular time.
January the 4th.
So yeah,
breeds enthusiasts.
Well, like there's one of my managers at work. It's her birthday today.
What the fuck?
Another one was like.
Was this a requirement to move to Canada?
What was 9 months?
Literally, that's what another one of my managers said. Like, just like what was in the water 9 months before the 4th of January.
Christmas.
I mean, it's April. What's that?
Oh yeah, of course.
Opening day. It's Black. It's opening day. It's opening day.
That's a short term, isn't it?
Yeah. Cheap hotel stays at theme parks. They say it's opening day.
Opening weekend.
Yeah. I think we'll end it on there. Cheers for joining us, guys. We appreciate it as always. We'll catch you next week.
We'll see you next week, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Bye.